Hello students, welcome back to accountancy classes of Sri Mahavir International School. Let's start the question that is based on journal entries. In our last video we have started the chapter that is journal entries and how we make entries in our journal. As you know that journal is a book in which we record all the transactions in chronological order. Okay, so let's start the question. Already we have completed one question. So today I am taking question number 3rd. Question number 3rd, enter the following transactions in the journal of Sahil Brothers. Actually this is the name of firm. So first of all we will write journal entries in the books of Sahil Brothers. Okay, let's prepare the format first. Yes, so what was the format of journal entries? Date. The next column is for particular, then LF, and next two columns are for amount. Date, particular, LF, this is debit amount, and the next one is credit amount. Okay, so let's start the first transaction. 1st October 1st 2018. First transaction takes place on October 1st 2018, that is purchased goods from Anil for cash. So first of all, whenever you study any transaction, you should know that what are the two accounts affected from these transactions. Okay, so your transaction is that you are purchasing goods. Purchased goods from Anil for cash. So two transactions. First of all, you are purchasing goods. It means the stock account, that we can say purchase account. Means your stock increase, but we will say for goods we will say that it is purchase account. Okay, and second, that you are purchasing in cash, so account will be affected, that is cash account. Whenever you are purchasing any goods in cash, so in that condition your two accounts are affected, that are purchase account and cash account. There is no any value of name. This is only for your confusion. Okay, so purchase account and cash account. Now just think about this, that which account will be debited or which account will be credited. So first of all, see purchase account. Purchase is expenditure for us. As I told you that all the expenses and incomes are classified in nominal account. Okay, and what is the rule of nominal account? That debit all expenses, means purchase account will be debited. Okay, cash. Cash is your asset. All the assets are related to real account, and what is the rule of real account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So when you are purchasing anything, in that condition your cash will go out from the business, so credit will be cash, right? So entry purchase account debit to cash account. Purchase account is debit account or credit account is cash. So we will write for credit, that is to cash account. Okay, amount is 40,000. 40,000 for debit, 40,000 for credit. There is no any ledger folio, there is no any page number in the question, so we will leave it blank. Now write the narration. Being purchased goods for cash. As I told you that write narration only in short. Don't waste your time to write the narration. Okay. Second transaction, October 3rd. On October 3rd, purchased goods from Atul. Now you are purchasing goods from Atul. So first of all, the same thing that you are purchasing goods, it means purchase account. Or second account that you should know first, that you are purchasing on cash or credit. Okay, but in this question, in this transaction, there is no any mentioned in this that you are purchasing cash or credit. So name is given. When name is given, then we will assume it credit purchase, and name of creditor will be the second account. Means Atul's account will be your second account that will be affected in this transaction. Clear? Now check which account will be debit or which account will be credited. Okay. Same that purchase account is expense, debit all expenses. So purchase account will be debit and to Atul's account. So entry will be in this condition, purchase account debit to Atul's account. Clear? Amount 75,000. Narration being purchased goods from Atul. Okay. Next point, return goods to Atul. Now this may be a new transaction for you. Returned goods to Atul. Atul, who was Atul? Atul was your creditor, because on October 3rd you purchased goods from Atul, and out of that goods you are returning some goods to Atul. Okay, so this will be called purchase return, because you purchased and now you are returning. So this will be purchase return. So the first account that will be affected, purchase return account. Okay. Second, to whom you are returning, that is Atul. So second account will be Atul's account. Clear? Now just see, purchase is expense for you, that's why we debit purchase account, but purchase return is income for you. Okay, because we are purchasing goods, but due to maybe due to disadvantages of the goods, or maybe it is not according to the quality, we are returning the goods. So that is income for us, so it will be credit and Atul will be debited. So entry will be in third condition, Atul's account debit to purchase return. Okay, what is the date of this third transaction? October 6. Amount 3,000. Means out of 75,000 you are returning goods only of 3,000. Write down the narration being returned goods to Atul. Okay. Now the next one, paid cash to Atul. This is on 8th October. October 8. Paid cash to Atul. You are paying cash to Atul. So what are the two accounts affected in this? That first is cash account, because you are paying cash, or second is Atul's account, because to whom you are paying cash, that is Atul. Okay, so two accounts will be affected, that are cash account and Atul's account. Now see which account will be debited or which account will be credited. You are paying cash, it means cash is going out from the business. According to real accounts rule, that credit what goes out. So cash will be credited, or Atul is the receiver of cash. So according to personal accounts rule, debit the receiver. So entry will be here, Atul's account debit to cash account. 50,000. You are paying cash to Atul, that is 50,000. Write down the narration, paid cash to Atul. After this, sold goods to Charu. This is on October 8. Sorry, October 10. Now you are selling goods. Till now we were just making the entries of purchase, but now it will be of sales. So in this also same, you have to know that which two accounts are affected. First of all, it is sold goods to Charu. So which two accounts will be affected here? Sold goods. So first account will be, that is sales account, and to whom you are selling, that is Charu's. It is not mentioned that it is cash sale or credit sale, but name it given here, it means this is credit sale. Okay. Sales. Sales is income for a business, so it will be credited according to nominal account rule, and Charu will be debited. So write the entry Charu's account debit to sales account. What is the amount? 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh rupees is the sale that is done to Charu, and write down the narration, sold goods to Charu. After this, the next transaction is taking place here, October 12. On October 12, Charu returned 20% of the goods. Now, Charu, who was your debtor, she returned goods. How much goods she is returning? 20%. So means total sale was of rupees 1 lakh. 1 lakh, out of this 1 lakh, 20% she is returning. It means 20,000 rupees. She will return goods of rupees 20,000. Okay. So first of all, the same thing that you should know what two accounts are affected here, that is sales return or Charu's account. Sales is income for us, so sales return will be expense for us, expense or loss, whatever you can say, or Charu. So expense will be debited or the second account will be credited. So entry will be sales return account debit to Charu's account, and amount will be 20,000. You can write here Charu returned goods 20%. Okay. After this, next one, paid rent. It is on October 15. Paid rent. Rent is expense for the business. Whenever you are paying any expense, it means which two accounts will be affected? That is rent account and cash account, because you are paying in the form of cash, right? So rent account and cash account, these two accounts will be affected. Rent is expense for you, so according to nominal accounts rule, all the expenses will be debited. So rent account debit to cash account. Okay. Amount is 2,000 rupees. Next one. Yeah, first of all write narration for this. Paid rent. Now this is the last transaction of this question. Sahil withdrew for personal use. This is on October 20. Sahil withdrew for personal use. Withdrew, it means it is drawing. Sahil withdrew for personal use. Which two accounts will be affected? First, that is drawing, because whenever the proprietor is withdrawing money from the business for personal use, so it will be called drawing. The first account will be drawings account. Now the second one, you should know that drawing is in which form, means he may withdraw from business cash also, any assets also. So you should know that what he is withdrawing from the business. He is withdrawing amount, means cash. So second account will be cash account. Now drawing is a type of expense for a business. Okay. And cash, whenever proprietor is withdrawing money from the business, it means cash is going out from the business. So cash will be credited and drawings will be debited. So entry will be drawings account debit to cash account. How much? 10,000. A proprietor is withdrawing from the business, that is rupees 10,000. Okay. So all transactions are completed now. Now you should make a grand total of all the amounts. Write down here grand total. Total of both columns should be equal, because you know that what amount we are debiting, the same amount we are crediting. So the total of both columns will be equal. So this total is 115, 3, 118, 118 plus 50, 168 plus 1, 268 plus 20, 288, 290 and 10, 3 lakh rupees. So 3 lakh rupees will be grand total of all the entries. Means simply you can say that from October 1st 2018 to October 20, 2018 you have done transactions of rupees 3 lakh. In this 3 lakh, purchases are also included, sales is also included, or expenses, drawings, all these things are included. So this type of journal we prepare. This is a day wise book. Like you can see here that we are recording according to dates. We are recording in a chronological order. Okay, this will be a method, this will be first method for a business, that he records the transaction like this. Okay, let's take the next question. In that you will learn some new points. Yes, so before solving the next question, I should make you understand about some terms that will be necessary for you in the next question. Next point that we are going to understand now, that is about discount. Okay, what is the meaning of discount? Actually, you everybody listened in your daily life that what is the meaning of discount. Whenever you are going to a shopkeeper for purchasing any goods, so he also gives you discount. Suppose that some items are of rupees 500 and he says sometime that I will give you 10% discount on this. It means 10% of 500, 50 rupees. So you should pay, that is 450 rupees. So this is a common term that we listen in our daily life, that what is the meaning of discount. And this is given by a seller to a customer, right? In business terms, discounts can be of two types. The first one is trade discount and the second one is cash discount. Because in our ordinary life, we just listen only discount, but we don't know that what is the types of discount or what is the meaning of actual discount. Okay? So discounts will be of two types, that is trade discount and cash discount. What are the meanings of these now? Trade discount is given for increasing sales in a business. Means it is given to every type of customer. But cash discount is given to only those customers who are paying cash immediately, right? Sometimes it happens with us also that we are going to a shop for purchasing a mobile. Okay, suppose that mobile is of rupees 10,000. The shopkeeper is saying to us that if you are paying immediately, so I will give you 20% extra discount. So that is a type of cash discount. But trade discount is given on the listed price to every customer for increasing sales. It is given when goods are purchased in a large quantity. It is given like this, that if you will purchase 20 or 50 mobiles together, so I will give you 10% or 20% discount. So this type of discount will be trade discount, but cash discount is given to only those customers who will pay immediately cash. Okay, so these are the two types of discount. So I think now you have understood that trade discount is given for increasing sales, but cash discount is given for increasing cash payment. Okay, let's understood the difference between both. First of all, on the basis of meaning, what is the difference between both discounts? Trade discount is allowed by wholesaler or manufacturer to the retailers at a fixed percentage on the printed price list. You know that what is the chain system? Like first of all, manufacturer who produces the goods. Okay, he sells goods to wholesalers. wholesalers who purchase from manufacturer in a large quantity, right? Then wholesaler sells to retailers, right? And then retailer sells to customers. Okay, sometimes it happens that between wholesalers and retailers there is one more person that are mediators, we call them agent. Sometimes it happens, but the main system, the main chain of this, that manufacturer sells to wholesalers, then they sells to retailers, and at last they sells to consumers, that are customers. Okay, so trade discount is given by manufacturer or wholesaler to the retailers. Manufacturer to retailers or wholesaler to retailers, right? But cash discount is allowed if the customer makes the payment immediately or within a fixed period. But cash discount is given to those customers who are paying cash immediately or within a fixed period. Within a fixed period means maybe in 5 days, in 10 days. So that is also cash discount will be applied. Okay. When allowed, next basis of distinction is when allowed. Trade discount is allowed when goods are purchased in a specified quantity. Means trade discount is based on quantity, that how much goods you are purchasing from a business, the higher discount you will get. Means it is based on quantity. But cash discount is allowed when payment is made on or before a specified date. What is the object of distinction? Generally it is allowed. Generally trade discount is allowed to the retailers to enable them to make some profit even if they sell the goods at their catalog price. Means why trade discount is given to retailers? So that they can make some profit if they sell on catalog price, if they sell on listed price, so they can also earn some profit. This is the object of trade discount. But cash discount is allowed to encourage quick payment, to encourage immediately payment. Trade discount is not recorded separately in the books of account. Try to remind this point very carefully, that trade discount is not recorded in the books separately, but cash discount is recorded in the books separately. Okay, how? Now we will discuss in the question. Next point of distinction is deduction from invoice. Trade discount is deducted from the invoice, but cash discount is not deducted from the invoice. Okay. Now let's take one question that is based on this type of discounts, so easily it will clear by your side. I will take one question that will be fully based on the discounts price or on some normal journal entries also, that will easily clear. Like now I told you one point, that trade discount is not recorded separately in the books. So how we will show it? It will clear in the question. Or cash discount is recorded in the books, so how it will be shown in the books. Okay, we will discuss this type of points in the next video. That's all for today. Thank you so much.